I just got the iPhone 16e and I'm comparing all of the cases that I could find for it, from Apple genuine cases to ESR to Spigen to Mous, including cases with and without MagSafe, to see which one is the overall best choice between quality and feel. Use the chapters below to jump to a specific section. Now let's get started. So here we have all of the cases. Every brand featured here has either sponsored this video or they've sent their cases for free, but none of them have the choice to review, offer feedback. So genuinely, these thoughts are my own. I'm starting with Apple's case here because this is the diamond standard of what a case should be for the iPhone 16e. That's because it's made directly by Apple, meaning that everything should have a very precise fit, the best quality buttons, and just generally be the highest quality case that you can buy. Stick around to see if that's actually true. This is the iPhone 16e silicone case. It's coming in the lake green color, which is my personal favorite, and I think it works really well with the black iPhone 16e. Unboxing it here, you can see it comes in this beautiful soft touch finish, a much smaller camera bump than I am used to seeing on these phones. I'm used to the Pro Maxes. Precise looking buttons on the sides, which always seem to be the highest quality that you can get, and obviously the most precise cutout on the bottom. The camera bump is still the smallest that I've seen, which makes sense because the cameras themselves are small, and then on the inside you have this soft touch felt finish. Putting the phone into the case here, you can see that it's a very precise fit. No animations like you've seen on others because this one does not have MagSafe built in, but overall it does look great. You can see it's a great fit around the camera here, looks extremely polished along the bottom, the cutouts are precise. Looking at the sides here, the buttons are extremely clicky, extremely responsive. This is exactly what I would want them to be, down to things like the action button which we now have, or the volume rockers on the side. Overall, an extremely high quality case, though extremely expensive and missing fundamentals like MagSafe. So is it worth the price? Well, we'll have to determine that by looking at the other cases on the market. So next up, we've got ESR with two variations of cases here. Starting with the first one, we've got the ESR clear case. Obviously with MagSafe built in, you can see it's very slim, but reinforced corners. It may look a little bent here, but that's quite normal for cases. It'll obviously take the correct shape once the phone is inside. And fitting the phone in here, you can see a snug fit and looks extremely premium, especially with the black colored phone. It's got great looking buttons on the sides, a loop for security, and reinforced corners. This is a very slim case. It's got great reinforced buttons here. The cutouts on the bottom are fairly precise, which is great to see. Overall, it just feels like they've done a good job balancing, slim with protective, which is really great for an overall high quality case. Bonus, it has MagSafe built in for an affordable price. Can't go wrong with this one. Next up, we have a much more heavy duty case from ESR here. Also has MagSafe built in, which is great. You can see a huge protection on that camera with a huge indentation, which is kind of bizarre considering how small the camera is, but I'm not going to complain here about extra durability on a case like this. On the sides, you've got very durable buttons. You've got grips that are great to see. Everything just feels really high quality, but really durable on both sides of the phone. I really like the texture along the bottom. I love the reinforced corners, which feel the most durable that I think we're going to see here, especially for drop protection on the back. It's a very simple finished texture along the MagSafe indicators, and overall, I like when a durable case looks this stylish. Moving to the bottom, you can see the ports, which are completely covered here, and you can open that to access the ports. Again, just this added protection, which is really great to see. Great peace of mind if you were looking for a case that's durable, but then also still fairly slim. Overall, I'm a big fan of this case. I've seen similar ones from other lineups of iPhones, but I've always liked the way that this one looks. It's always been my top choice for a durable case for your phone. And taking a look at the inside, you can see just how reinforced and durable this is. It looks stylish, even though you're never going to see this, and it comes apart into two pieces here, a soft silicone shell and a hard shell, which come together to reinforce the protection. Next up, we've got three options from Spigen. We've got the Ultra Hybrid case, the Thin Fit case, and the Liquid Air case, all with their own spin on how the iPhone should look. Starting with the Ultra Hybrid, this is their clear case here. You can see protective layers all over this thing. Just putting the phone directly into here so that we can get a look at how this looks, and then I'm taking off the back protective layer so you can see how it actually looks. It's extremely clear, extremely beautiful. It seems very thin and overall high quality. You can see the camera bump is very, very small. The corners are still reinforced here, ever so slightly. There's a grip on the back edges so that you can set it down. You're not going to be scratching the back, which is important because this thing is so thin. The buttons here are extremely responsive. Here we've got the Spigen branding, and again, these corners are reinforced. precise cutouts on the ports, and overall coming together to be an extremely polished, clear case. I'm really happy with how this one turned out, how precise everything is, how it fits around the screen, and just overall how this thing looks. Next we have the thin fit case, and this one's coming in a matte black color that you can see specific styling along the sides where it's not just one simple color. It's sort of this two-tone wrapping around the sides. And then putting the phone in the case, you can see this one's very thin, yet it feels protective. I like the way the buttons feel here, very clicky. The back is extremely simple, sort of this matte finish here, very minimal if you're looking for a simple black case. The cutouts are a little bit wider on the bottom than I'm used to, but everything else is precise, down to how it fits around the screen, incorporating that speaker at the top, and overall it just feels like a really great thin case, which really was the goal all along. Next up we have the liquid air case, which is one of my personal favorites every single year, because as you can see it's got this beautiful textured back. I love the feeling of it, but then on the inside you can see ultimate protection here as well. The iPhone fits really nicely into here, and you can really just see how textured that back is. You've got grip etched into the sides here along with the buttons. Overall, it just feels really premium. It does feel slim, but it adds this extra grip, which makes it feel extremely secure. It's a really subtle case, but extremely modern and very simple. I really do like the look of this one, obviously minus the fact that there's no MagSafe, which is a downside, but if that doesn't matter to you, which it probably doesn't if you bought the iPhone 16e specifically, then this is probably a great choice. So next up we've got 4 options from Mous: the walnut case, the carbon fiber case, the leather case, and the clear case, all of which have MagSafe built in, all of which follow a very similar design. So starting with the clear case, you can see it looks very premium, being completely clear along the back, and then the black borders around the sides. That border is fairly bulky, but it does have grip along the sides, which is great to see. You'll also notice that it gets thicker along the top and bottom for that added protection, but it does make it feel a little bit uneven, which was a bit surprising for me. Basically works out that if you're going to be holding this phone, you're holding the thinnest parts, and then it gets thicker along the top and bottom, which are the areas that are more likely to get dropped. But you can see just how thick it is along the top. And overall, it is a nice case, but the feeling in my hand just doesn't feel as premium as some of the other cases that we've talked about here, like Apple, ESR, or Spigen. But then following a very similar design, we've got 3 more cases here: the leather, the carbon fiber, and the walnut. The difference here is obviously being the back of them coming in leather, carbon fiber, and walnut. Let me know in the comments, by the way, which one of these options you like the best. All of them have exactly the same bumpers around the sides with the same grip, the same buttons. All of them have the same felt inside with MagSafe built in and the reinforced edges and corners for drop protection. So truly the only difference here is the finish on the back. And here you can see what the walnut looks like, which is my personal favorite. Then you can see the carbon fiber, and then you can see the leather. Let me know which one of these that you like best in the comments. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that with all of these cases we're looking at, only a specific select few of them have MagSafe built in, and that is 1 from Spigen, 2 from Mous, and 2 from ESR. Between the 2 clear cases, you can see that Mous has a black border around it, and the ESR is a clear case on the sides. I did notice almost immediately that the Mous picked up a lot more dirt and scratches than the ESR did, but I'll have to test that out long term to see if that remains true. So overall, we reviewed a lot of different cases here for the iPhone 16e, and this was one of the hardest choices that I've had to make, because normally I'd want to say Apple is the best quality and the top choice if you're willing to pay for it, but the omission of MagSafe seems like a really bold choice, but it also kind of disqualifies it from my day-to-day use because I want something with MagSafe. And that just makes my options really limited. My favorite clear case was the ESR option. It felt extremely premium. But the option that I'll be using in my day-to-day is the Spigen case, coming in a very minimal black, but with MagSafe built in, which is great to see. And finally, if MagSafe didn't matter, if it wasn't a choice, my top choice would be the Spigen Liquid Air case because it has the absolute best design. I love the texture on the back, but unfortunately it just didn't have MagSafe, which means it's really not for me for my regular day-to-day. But let me know in the comments which of these cases was your top choice. I will leave links to all of them in the description. And if you want to see more cases for the 16e, drop that in the comments down below too for my consideration. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.